Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Founders Grid, sponsored by Gaper.io. Today we have Erez. Erez is the founder and CEO of CRiskCo. Erez, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
So, can you give us a brief background about yourself, what you've been doing prior to CRiskCo?
Sure. So my name is Erez, and I'm originally from Israel, a, a veteran of the Air Force. I've been an officer in the Air Force in Israel for 5 years. Then went to study computer science and data science in Tel Aviv University, graduated, worked for SAP for many years in Israel, and then built a team in China. Uh, After that, I've been the CTO of SAP Gold Partner and then the CIO of eLoan, the first peer-to-peer lending platform in Israel. So the first marketplace in Israel that's connected people who want to provide loans and people who want to get loans. After that, I've started CRiskCo just after graduating my MBA. This was 2015, early 2015, with the sole purpose to find better solutions for small and medium businesses. What become today a marketplace that we connect business owners that's needs of advanced credit facilities, if it's a business loans or line of credit or any other term, and with the right lenders in the right location in the right terms. So the entire matching between the needs and the supply of the lending industry.
Got it. So, what were the early 2 years like? The first 2 years, because I believe in a startup's life, the first 2 years are the most important, even whether you funded or not funded, because the product market fit, the early customers, the customer satisfaction, customer happiness. So, what were the first 2 years like?
The first years were crazy and exciting years. Uh, First of all, we were lucky to find great angel investors who believed in us from the first step. We got into Plug and Play, a big accelerator in Sunnyvale, California, that's escorted us and gave us the tools how to progress. But the main concept of the first 2 years was, first of all, how to find the right solution and how to find the right customer that can get this solution. We started going direct to business owners, and we understand we need to have partnership with lenders. And so it's been evolved through this first 2 years. And I think another big challenge that we have was how to become a company, how to become a team who can really act and deliver service and value very fast and very good value. And for understanding, we're from the start a company with at least 2 locations. Today we have an office in Israel, in Tel Aviv, an office in New York, where I'm staying, and an office in Australia. And from the start, even for the first 2 years, it was a big challenge to understand, okay, what are the processes and how can we make it work that we are a small team, maybe 5 people, 8 people, but still can work together and compensate each other in a different, very different time zones and very different locations.
So I'll push my last question first, because since at Gaper we're very big advocates of remote work, so usually in the end we go with remote work hacks and all. So I think I'll push that first, because since you've mentioned you've been having remote teams from start, and that too, especially in 3 different locations where the time difference average would be more than 12 hours.
Yeah.
So what are the productivity hacks that you came up with? And especially the communication is key, right, between the teams around. So a team. So what did you guys used to do, and how were you able to build a culture over Zoom or over Google Meets or virtual?
Yeah. That's a great question. And also the answer will be divided before pre-COVID-19 and post-COVID-19, because things have been changing.
Got it.
With the situation. Pre-COVID-19, I made sure that we have teams in every location. So nobody works alone. So I have a team in Israel going to the office every morning, working together. And then a team in Australia when I was in Australia, and I was mentoring in Australia as well. So I had other people coming in. But the idea was that we have teams that are working together. Nobody's working alone. And we set up processes and tools to help us communicate and to know each other, even that we don't see each other in face, to feel like we can always give a call to each other. Because once you're not feeling comfortable to pick up your phone and do the call, or to email or to chat on Telegram, it's it's not going to be effective, because we need to cover all this aspect of this corner coffee that we meet and hang out, or the late dinner once in 2 weeks that we've done together, or like any other complementary processes to compensate on it. So first of all, we do daily stand-up. So based on lean methodology, it's very standard today. But every day, all the team talk for 10 to 15 minutes and see each other with a video conference to make sure that everybody knows how anyone looks like, if anyone did a haircut, or anyone changed something that we can feel comfortable and we know them. Second, me as the CEO, I put myself goals to never be more than 3 months away from my team. So it it was never we never had a period of time that is longer than 3 months that I haven't been visiting Australia or Israel or US to make sure that I'm with my team and they're not working without me. And when I'm coming to the office after a while, uh, there have to be like a half a day of catching up, telling them stories, telling them, getting them engaged, understanding what happened around the world. Because I do believe that in the end, you have to get some kind of compensation, like some kind of physical contact to make sure that they know, they feel
Yeah.
who you are.
True, true. So, okay, so trying to make the conversation much more relevant to today's time, COVID, and especially as a founder, as a co-founder, founder, CEO of the company, you're forced to wear multiple hats, from looking after the product, customer support, even in sales and marketing, there are different things, from content creation team to the outreach team to the LinkedIn, Reddit, you name it,
Yeah.
right? So, and founders are by nature workaholics. That's what makes them special, right? So for founders, many say that for them, the work-life balance used to come in when they were at home, and that's when the brain or the body realized, okay, day is over now. I can relax, maybe switch off my phone and go. But now working from home, so home is the new office. So how have you able to cope up with that and not letting your teams burn? Because founders, they can go on and on for like 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, right? But they have the habit of burning up their teams, exhausting up the team. So how have you been able to keep a balance with that and everything?
That's a great question. So with COVID-19, everybody's basically working from home. My team and myself. So all like the process I've talked about before are not really relevant today, except for the daily that we do. Again, daily with video and checking everyone.
Yeah.
Uh, and you need to build yourself your own schedule. And as a founder, we are doing everything. Like we do product, we do marketing, we do sales, we do raising funds, we do everything. But you have to build a schedule that makes sense for you and balance. Because if you push 24/7, and I did it for the first 2 years, but like you can't do it for forever. You just burn yourself and you burn your team, and you're not sensitive for your team needs. Uh, and the concept is, first of all, transparency. The basic about telling the team exactly what's important, what's not important, what's critical in the process of next week, and trying to get them focused every week on a specific topic. This week we are going to do this. Next week we are going to do that. The step one, then step two, and make sure that they are with you in the process. They are with you in understanding what your goals are, and because they know what they need to achieve, they know how to speed up or take the breaks and slow down based on the result and based on how we advance. So you don't need to really micromanage them. It just they know where they need to go by the end of the week.
Sure. So last question, we've been conducting a survey in every podcast of ours, right? So you've mentioned that in your multiple locations, you had everyone go to office so that the team culture, everything keeps on burning. So once the world goes back to normal, the vaccine is out, everything, maybe 6 months from now, or let's hope so, 2 weeks from now, right? So once the world goes back to normal, would you want to go back to the old routine? Would you want the teams to go back to office?
That's a great question, and I've asked my teammate. I actually opened it for open questions with my team and said, okay, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And I think there was like kind of agreement that today we're going to want to have 2 days in the office
Okay.
per week and 3 days from home.
Got it.
Uh, I must say, the discussion was 2 months ago. And I think as long as we're doing more and more COVID-19 period, like where everybody's doing from home, I think going to go down for 1 day from the office and maybe for no days in the office. So
True.
this is the direction.
True.
I still believe it is important to meet everyone if possible
Yeah.
once in a period of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think and the effectiveness of people, I thought at the start it's not going to be as effective as staying together.
Yeah.
Uh, but we're in the same level of effectivity that we've been before. It took us couple of months to understand what's going on and how to handle it.
Yeah.
But today everybody's like really outperforming themselves.
Erez, thank you so much for being on the show. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. I'm sure we could have talked for another half an hour, but I have to keep all my podcasts within 12 minutes. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a great day.
You too.